What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm Boomer Barber. So I've got some exciting news, I guess. I mean, I think it's exciting. I'm excited for it, but I'm going to start up a new YouTube series, and it's going to be called Does It Bark? And what it's going to be about is new tracks, whether they're brand new or unreleased, that are either sent to me or downloaded, and we're going to give it a rating, and we're going to rate it on 4 different categories. It's not only going to be just my rating, but it's also going to be done by, I'm going to randomly handpick for each video, if people are interested, a pro in MX bikes to also give their rating and their input on it. So there'll be 2 different people rating it. So your average guy, kind of like me, and then also somebody on like a pro level giving their input on it. So it'll be pretty cool to watch, I think. And so there's going to be 4 categories. The first category is going to be race-worthy. Would it make for a good racetrack? Would it be maybe possibly qualified to get into a series? 2 is going to be creativity. Was there creative things put into it, like maybe like a creative section or creative jump or creative model? 3 is going to be fun. Is it a fun track to ride? It's not fun, then I don't know. But 4 and the final is going to be aesthetics. How good does it look overall, like textures, stuff like that, maybe models. It's not like a real huge one, but I just figured I'd throw it in there. Anyways, I think probably the most important categories, in my opinion, is going to be 1, race-worthy, and 2, fun. 2, fun. Can't talk. But the track we're going to do today is made by Navo. He's actually a buddy of mine. I would like to point out that it is his first track, but on Does It Bark, man, we're going to be brutally honest. So if it sucks, it sucks, man. If it's good, it's good. So we'll have to see what Navo did and see how good it is or bad, and we'll give a rating. And at the end, we'll add up. So for each category, like race-worthy, creativity, fun, aesthetics, you're going to have a 1 to 5 star rating, and we'll add them all up at the end. And obviously the higher the rating, the better. I'll tell you, 5 stars is going to be hard to get. It's going to be a tough one. So we'll see what happens. I wanted to do this because I feel like it would not only just be fun, but also give credibility to some of these track creators and maybe hype their tracks up or whatever. Or hype them down. We'll see. But I think it'd be cool, and maybe if it does well, if the series does well, maybe it'll push people to want to be on it and make some really cool tracks. So anyways, once again, we're doing Fossil Bowl by Navo, and it is actually on MXB mods already. So you guys will be able to go download this right away. So anyways, we're going to get into it, and Navo, I love you, man, but we're just going to see what happens. All right, guys, so here we are on board with Reese Cooper. He is our pro this time around for Does It Bark? He rides for Bud Racing Husqvarna. He's a very fast pro. He rides first person. He is a really cool dude. I'm thankful for letting me use his footage here. So shout out to Reese for volunteering to be first up on Does It Bark as the pro. So we are going to see his ratings and what he rated Fossil Bowl towards the end of the video here. So let's get into this track some. As we watch him rip it, we can see a pro's perspective on how they ride it. He hasn't rode this track a whole lot, so you're probably not going to see like crazy fast lap times from him, but we'll definitely see how he handles the track, and at the end find out what he thinks about it. So once again, this track was made by Navo, and it's his very first track. Navo, a friend of mine. Shout out to Navo. I actually talked to him, asked him if he'd mind me doing this series, this episode on his track, and he agreed, and he thought it'd be cool. So Fossil Bowl is definitely unique. I feel like it's quite a bit different. So as far as creativity goes, I think he did a pretty good job. I know it's a replica, but still, it's pretty cool that he picked this one as as his first track to do. It probably wasn't an easy one to do. I know he worked on it for a while. But as far as the track goes, it's not, I won't say it's the best track, but I won't say it's the worst. And for it being his first one, it's pretty damn good. As Reese goes through this section here, he's quadding triple through, which is really impressive because that section's really meant to be just doubled all the way through, but he quadded tripled. He's on a 450, but it can definitely be done on a 250. I've done it, but it's very hard to hit consistently. But when you do get it, man, it feels good. So as far as the sections go on this track, that's probably my favorite section. The finish line table is actually a pretty cool jump too. It's fun. This section up here is a little wonky that he's getting ready to get into as he comes through these turns. It's an uphill double, which Reese, obviously being the fast slick boy that he is, he actually with the 450 he's tripling up. I'm not sure that it can be done on a 250 tripled up like that. It might, which he's casing a little bit, but still it's really impressive. Navo originally had that to where it shot you straight in the air, and like there was no way you were tripling up. But I was actually in a Discord call with him a while back, very briefly, or for one night, and I asked him if he might want to rework that, and I'm glad that he did because it really changed that section of the track, because that's a cool section, that back section going up the hill and all that. But before, it was kind of just like a buzzkill because it just shot you straight up. It looked really cool as you're coming up to it, then it was like, what the hell is this? So yeah, he fixed that area. It's still a little wonky, but I think for the most part it's a lot better than it was. That's the finish line table there. It's a pretty big jump. Reese is on a 450. I think on my 250, I think it was like close to third gear pinned or so just to get over it, which was cool. That section right there is actually a really cool section, but Reese it's supposed to be an on-off section, but he went ahead and jumped all the way over through it, that can be done on 250 as well, but it's really hard to slow up for that corner. The on-off feels pretty cool when you do it. Just check up a little bit and on-off it. It might be faster, I'm not sure. But he's about to come up into this quad again, and we'll watch him go through that. It's pretty cool to see, especially that I think he gets to this lap. We'll see. I know he's getting it way more consistent than I would have. He's gonna quad, triple, yeah, really clean. So that's a really cool area, and it's not easy to do. It looks easy, but it's not. This right here, this jump he's about to hit over this little creek, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's nothing crazy special, but it's a cool feature that he put in. You jump over the water like that. I can't think of any other tracks really that have that. So the section he just went through right there, you can actually just pin it and triple in, as we'll see at the very end of the video if we make it that far. It's pretty cool, but it's really sketchy. You can triple in and then triple out. As far as like technicality of the track, I would say that it can go either way. It can either be hard if you try lines like that right there, or it could just be a fairly simple track. So it's all about the lines that you take. This downhill is really fun too. That's a really fun one. It's all about the lines that you take that's going to make it, whether it's difficult or not. Overall, I would say it's a fairly easy track. It can be beginner friendly, but it can also challenge someone that's good at the game. So I think that's really cool. That's really cool that it's like that. I don't know that Navo even really intended it for it to be like that, but some of these lines we just kind of decided, hey, let's turn this into something it probably shouldn't be. But now ruts, as far as the ruts go, it was worse. The track was worse. I mean, hopefully eventually I'll get into where I'm getting some of these unreleased tracks and I have like no prior experience with them, because that'll be really cool, because I'll really be truly going in for the first time, as well as the pro, which I think this is Reese's. Like, Reese didn't spend any time on this track at all. I think it was his first time riding it. But it'll be cool to get some tracks that I don't really have any knowledge on previously. Like, so I know with Navo, like there were certain areas that he widened on this track that were a lot more narrow. But it'll be cool to get into that. So we'll see if that happens. But As far as like ruts and stuff go, man, like I think he's lacking a little bit on that. I know that it's better than it was. It's definitely better than it was. It was a lot of just flat corners. Like if I remember right, I could be wrong, but I think this one he's about to go through right now, I think it used to be all flat, and he kind of added a little bit of rut in there, which is cool. Now they're not real defined, so these ruts are kind of hard to stay in, but I haven't rode this track with a lot of E-road, you know, so I don't know how it E-roads for sure. I think it'll probably do fairly well E-roading, but and maybe the ruts will get better with the E-road. So is the track fun? Yeah, I think it's fun. Is it the most fun track? I don't think so, but I definitely think it's worth a download and definitely worth trying out. I would like to see a race held on it at some point, you know, like I haven't seen that yet, so it doesn't really seem like it'll be that good of a racetrack, but at the same time, I haven't seen it raced yet. But in my opinion, I don't think it's gonna do that well as far as a racetrack goes. Another thing is I'm not real sure on cuts and all that, so, but Navo's pretty, if the cuts end up being bad, which I don't think they will be, I think he did his homework fairly well on it, but he's active in the game and I know it'll get fixed, so, but I don't know that there's any issues at all. Over there, if you look off in the distance there, it's kind of hard to see, and I messed up and didn't manage to get any footage on that, but he added like a freestyle kind of like sandy area over there. You can kind of see it over the back of that berm. No, you couldn't, but it's a pretty cool area. I didn't get any footage of that area, but it's definitely a fun little area to go jump some big booters and stuff. You get a really long run up to some of them. So as far as aesthetics and stuff go, I would say that it's done fairly well. Like those houses over there, or cabins, or whatever you want to call them. That's pretty cool that he has that in there. I don't think that he modeled any of this stuff himself, but I mean, like a lot of these bushes and ponds and stuff, I think it's a pretty cool addition. It's definitely something cool to see because you don't really see that a whole lot. I mean, you'll see some ponds and stuff, but it's cool that he has them incorporated within throughout the track, and as well of where you like jump over that creek. Yeah, is it the best detail? No, it's not. I mean, you can see the water there, but it's still a cool thought, and it really kind of makes the track a little bit, I don't know, it looks a lot better to look at really than if it wasn't anything there. So it would just be all just a bunch of green grass. You see as Reese tried to triple into that, but I don't know, man. I'm hoping that you guys will let me know on this and let me know what you guys think about it. I'm hoping that you guys like it, and if you don't, be honest with me. Just like I'm gonna be honest with these tracks. Say, you know, that Barber, this isn't the move. Like I don't think it's that great, but I think it could be cool. You know, if it takes off the right way. What my end goal is, honestly, is for it to be fun, obviously. But then the other thing I would really like is to like give to these track creators some credibility and let their stuff be seen. And then maybe, you know, it could even turn into some type of friendly competition between guys. You know, you never know. Like, oh, hey, you know, mine was on Does It Bark, was yours, or mine was on Does It Bark, you know, I got this rating, what'd yours get, you know? And it could even make people want to start making tracks. They say, oh, that's cool. Like, I would like to make a track. Maybe we'll get on that. So, and it very well could. I mean, I'm not going to just do some trash track. Like, if it's a really bad track, I'm not going to make an episode on it. But I mean, if it's decent and I feel like a video could be made on it, I'm good. So, we're going to go ahead and get into the ratings now. So let's see how that goes and see how Navo did on his first track here, Fossil Bowl. All right, guys, we're going to get into the scoring. Raceability, I'm going to give it 2 stars. It's a good track, but I don't know how great it is for racing. Creativity, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. It's creative, but it's still a replica track of a real life one. And then for fun, we're going to give it 4 stars. It's a fun track, but it's not made just for anyone in specific, so anybody could have fun on it. Aesthetics, we're going to give it 3.5 stars. It looks good, but the textures and all that are kind of lacking, which is to be expected on your first track. And then for our overalls from Mr. Cooper, from Reese, he's going to give it a race-worthy 2, creativity a 4, fun a 4, and aesthetics a 2.5. So really not bad there from Reese. He thought it was a pretty good track, apparently. So our overall score, we got a 25.5 out of 40. So not bad, Navo. I mean, we plan to score these kind of tough. So you did a pretty good job for your first track, man. You guys be sure to check out Fossil Bowl. It's going to be on MXB Mods. Give Navo a thanks for giving us something in the game. But you guys, once again, just let me know what you guys thought about this. We'll see you in the next one.